Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to USPAC's final live talk of the year. My name is Mark Allen. I'm Vice President and Corporate Development Specialist here at USPAC. And on behalf of USPAC, we are so grateful together with you of all of you here today to celebrate the last and final live talk during the holiday season. As we wrap up 2020-25, we want to extend our warmest wishes for a joyful, peaceful, and generous holiday and a bright start to the year ahead. Now, before we start, I'm excited to share with you a special announcement. Celebration 2026 will take place June 2nd through June 4th at the Renaissance Dallas at Plano Legacy West Hotel in Plano, Texas. This year's conference will bring together top corporations, entrepreneurs, innovators, ERG, BRG leaders, government agencies, scholars, and community partners from across the nation. Registration link is in the chat. Make sure to check it out, and we hope to see you all there. Now, I'm excited to introduce our today's host, Luzette O'Dare, an accomplished logistics and business development professional with over 15 years of global experience in digital and freight forwarding, pricing strategy and account management, and she's currently serving as a sales executive at MSL Global Express Inc. Luzette, thank you for joining us, and I'm excited to witness this discussion between you and Antoine Hinton of Dollar General. I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you very much, Mark. I'm very glad to be part of this live talk session today. It's always a pleasure to partner with USPAC, connect with business community. But before we begin, I would like to share a few quick notes about today's session so you know what to expect. First, we'll be hearing a presentation from Antoine on how to become pre-qualified as a supplier for Dollar General. Second, we kindly ask attendees to turn on your cameras if you're able to, as we will be taking a group photo right after the presentation. Third, stay tuned for a conversation between Antoine and myself as we walk through several key questions about supplier engagement. And finally, we'll end up with an open floor Q&A, so you'll have a chance to ask your own questions later in the session. Now, I'm excited to introduce to you our guest speaker for today. He brings about over 25 years of experience in retail, in corporate retail, with leadership roles at True Value, Sears, Ace Hardware, and now at Dollar General. He currently serves as a Senior Director of Small Business Development, where he focuses on supplier engagement, procurement, and creating opportunities for small businesses to grow with the company. He holds a bachelor's degree in marketing from the University of Illinois and an MBA from Benedictine University. He also serves on multiple industry boards and committees, including several with USPAC. We're excited to have him with us today. Please join me in welcoming Antoine Hinton.
All right. Hello, good morning, good afternoon to some, morning to others, wherever you may reside. But I am so excited to be here. Thank you, Lizette, for that wonderful introduction. I also want to thank everyone, rather if you're on the go, in your car, at home, in the office, wherever you are, I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule just to share with us. So hopefully you will find this talk interesting and insightful, and looking forward to whatever questions may come our way. All right. So to get us started, I am going to show a video. You all know there's always challenges when you do videos, so keep your fingers crossed for me. How's that? Everybody, we see the video okay? The shared screen, I should say, okay. Thank you, Pfizer. All right, let's get it started. I'm gonna kick us off with a video.
Welcome to today's Dollar General, where our diverse and purpose-driven teams work toward one common goal: to live our mission of serving others. Because at Dollar General, we're here for what matters. Through our stores, private fleet, distribution centers, and offices, our growing organization serves hometowns across the country, united with a strong sense of purpose. We know that it matters to provide nearby access to affordable items where our customers can enjoy an inviting shopping experience. It matters that we offer our neighbors a place to find brands they trust and products they need, the items they rely on, and the ones that bring them a moment of delight. It matters that we provide employees with the ability to flourish through meaningful career opportunities, education, and benefits. And it matters to give back and to serve, to lend a hand through the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and our fellow nonprofit partners, so we can help all our hometown communities build a brighter future. It will always matter that customers and employees trust us to keep our mission and values at the core of all we do. In every community and for everyone who walks through our doors, our commitment is simple. We'll be here for what matters.
All right, I wanted to share that video. I always start off my presentation sharing that video because I love that video. It always tugs at my heart, my emotions. So I think it's very important to share that video because it gives you an overview of what Dollar General is all about, what our mission is, what our vision is, and what's important to us. So hopefully you enjoyed it as well. So a few slides, I'm gonna cover a few slides with you before Luzette and I get into our, if I can say, our fireside chat or whatever you wanna call it. But I'll share quick videos that gives you an overview of Dollar General and our program, and then we'll get into that discussion. All right, here first, a little bit about Dollar General. For those that don't know, Dollar General has been around for 86 plus years, as the company was founded in 1939 by J.L. and Cal Turner Sr. as a wholesaler in 1939. And the wholesaler was called J.L. Turner and Son, and it later transitioned to what you see there, 1955, as Dollar General. Now, in 2025 or 2025, we operate almost 21,000 stores, which is amazing every time I say that. We're the largest brick and mortar retailer in the U.S. in terms of store count. Now, not only are we the largest, we're also the fastest growing, as we typically open up 500 to 1,000 stores a year. So recently we expanded into Mexico. So we're now, if I can say, we're now global. So that's exciting as well. And a fun fact I always share, it's approximately 75% of Americans live within 5 miles of a DG store. That's crazy if you think about it. 75% of Americans live within 5 miles of a Dollar General store. Yep, so that's our fun fact there. So here's some fun facts here as well. We have over 193,000 employees. I think it's closer to 195,000. We do almost $41 billion in annual sales. For 2025, we were 112 on the Fortune 500 list. Or 2024, we were 112 on the Fortune 500 list. Hopefully we'll climb up some more after 2025. We have 34 distribution centers. And here is important because, again, tells you about our mission and our vision, our philanthropic efforts in that bottom right-hand corner that are near and dear to our heart, which you saw some of that in the video, right? Is our DG's Literacy Foundation and Feeding America and Partner Food Banks. Dollar General, we have 13 different formats. A lot of people don't know that, but we have 13 different formats of stores. I'm calling out a few here because these are kind of some of our growth initiatives. Our Pop Shelf stores, for those that don't know, we have a brand of Pop Shelf stores, 200 stores in 20 states. Again, I said we expanded into Mexico. And then some of our larger store formats is the DG Market. We have about 1,300 of those stores. As I mentioned, 21,000 stores, but I also wanted to give you a high idea of where the largest concentration of stores are. Texas is number one at 1,880, Georgia 1,106, North Carolina 1,098, and our hometown Tennessee 1,019. So that just gives you an idea of where our store concentration is. Our small business development program, you can scan the QR code there. On this page, when you go into our landing page, it'll give you some key, gives you an overview of what our program is about. It highlights our key strategic partners, which USPAC is one of them. You can also find out about our commitment to small business development, our opportunities, support services, how to become a vendor at Dollar General. And we've also shared some of our testimonials and our success stories as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. But if you got any questions, let us know. Also on this page, you'll see our contact information if you have a question or you want to reach out to us about becoming a Dollar General supplier. All right, pre-qualification process, always very important. How do you become a vendor at Dollar General? Dollar General pre-qualifies suppliers to ensure that they meet the company's standards and requirements for quality, reliability, compliance, and cost effectiveness. This process is very critical for Dollar General maintaining its reputation as a trusted retailer and for ensuring smooth operations in its supply chain. So we like to pre-qualify our suppliers because we want to make sure you're a good fit for us. This also gives you an opportunity to determine if Dollar General is a good fit for you. Because we don't want the answer. Typically, we ask a question, why do you want to do business with Dollar General? And typically the answer is, you all know, because you have 21,000 stores. That's why I want to do business with you. But that's not the most important thing. You have to make sure you're a good fit for Dollar General and we're a good fit for you, because we like long-term sustainable partnerships. We don't want you to come in the front door and walk right out the back door. We want you to be our partner for years. So it's very important that we pre-qualify. So here is our pre-qualification process. I thought it was very important to know. I also want you to know that this is also on our small business development landing page, but I kind of wanted to put it in a life cycle diagram for you. So we're going to go counterclock. I'll explain to you what it is. This is number one. This is for NFR suppliers. NFR suppliers are products or services DG uses to support our operations, but not sell to our customers. So if you go clockwise, the first thing we're going to ask you to do is go to our landing page. You're going to click on a link that says not for retail, so resale suppliers. And there we're going to ask you to submit a capability statement and your small business or your small business or supplier inclusion certification. We're going to ask you to send that to our small business development inbox, which I shared with you earlier. Then our team, we evaluate your information. If interested, we reach out to you and we schedule a meeting, an introductory meeting. And then our small business development will send you some pre-qualification forms if we think it's a good meeting. We'll send you pre-qualification forms. Then we will share that information with our buying team, our procurement team, who's ever responsible for the category. And if they are interested, they'll let us know. And we will schedule a meeting between you, the internal stakeholder at Dollar General, and myself. So that's how it works on the NFR side. We ask that you give us 60 to 90 days to get back to you. Typically doesn't take that long, but sometimes we have backlogs, especially after conferences and different things like that. So we just ask that you're patient with us. Merchandising side, very similar, but the difference is you're going to have to go to ECRM and range me and register your product on our portal. So, but very similar process, but instead of sending us an email directly, you're going to go to ECRM, range me, and register your product on the portal. And I have a team member who reviews that on a weekly basis, and then we'll follow up with you if we think it's a good fit for Dollar General. In addition to that, I mentioned the pre-qualification questionnaires. Here are a few examples of those. Again, after we meet with you, we'll send these forms to you. We'll ask you to fill them out and then send them back to us, and we'll share with our internal team. And again, if they're interested, we'll schedule another meeting, a follow-up meeting that encompasses all parties. NFR merchandising, you might ask, what group do I fall in? Hopefully you know, but if not for resale, these are the categories. Transportation, right? I'm sure you know that. Marketing, legal, different categories like that. Again, these are not products that goes on our shelf in the store. These are service providers that help with the day-to-day operations of Dollar General. Merchandising, here are some of our merchandising categories. I implore you to go into our store, visit our stores, but this gives you an idea of our categories as well. Last but not least, before we get into the talk with Luzette, very important to us, our Small Business Development Academy. This is, most people call it a retail readiness program, but we call it our Small Business Development Academy as it is customized for Dollar General specifically. This is a 10-month cohort where suppliers go through. You have to be handpicked for this, either recommended by the buyer or recommended by myself. This 10-month cohort is focused on capacity building, and you will hear from some of DG's key subject matter experts sharing how to do business with Dollar General 101, I like to say, or even how to do business with other Fortune 200 retailers. So this is something we're very proud of. It's free for suppliers, and we typically have 30 to 40 suppliers go through it on an annual basis. It'll kick off in April. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you before we get into the talk with Luzette. But these are a few key important initiatives that are near and dear to our heart and are important in the success of our small business development program. So without further ado, I will stop sharing my screen and turn it over to Luzette.
That was very informational. Thank you very much for that presentation, Antoine. And I think right now it's time for a quick photo. So if you can, everyone, please turn on your cameras on so we can capture this moment together.
And smile too.
Yeah, something like that will be great.
Some of you all look serious.
All good?
Give it a moment. People still turning on.
All right. Sorry, I wasn't rushing it, Dave.
All right, I think we're good.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Hold on, sorry.
Oh.
Let me do the countdown, okay?
Oh, yeah.
No worries. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Another one. 3, 2, 1. Final one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, pass it back to you, Luzette.
Thanks, bye. Thank you very much for that. Now I think it's moving on to this moment of truth with Antoine. We have a prepared set of questions, and I think we want to start with the biggest picture, Antoine. Number one, the first question would be, what kinds of products or services is Dollar General most interested in sourcing from small and mid-sized businesses right now?
Okay, great question. Again, I mentioned earlier, we have merchandising categories, and then we have our NFR categories. Just so you know, we're interested in every category right now. Merchandising, we review merchandising categories on an annual basis. Obviously, 2026 is already lied to bed, so at the beginning of 2026, we'll start focusing on 2027. So all merchandising categories, probably the one where the biggest opportunities are in consumables, categories such as candy, snacks, and tobacco. But again, we look at every categories, but those are the biggest opportunities for us to fill the pipeline with small and diverse suppliers. On the non-consumable side, apparel, there's opportunities there, holiday, home, stationery, and seasonal products such as lawn and garden and toys. And last but not least, HBC, health, beauty, cosmetics, pet, and home cleaning, always opportunities there. So that's on the merchandising side. In addition to that, as I mentioned earlier, NFR, goods and services, not for resale, but they help with the day-to-day operations of our stores. We review categories when contracts expire. So that varies by category. So you would just have to learn when that RFP opportunity is available when you reach out to our team. But I always say every category is important right now because you might not get your foot in the door tomorrow, but you'll at least be prepared when opportunity comes for an RFP or alignment.
That was, again, a great information. Thank you very much for that. And our next question, for businesses eager to work with you, what key requirements or certifications should they be aware of before approaching Dollar General?
Okay. First, I always tell suppliers, you are not required to have a certification to do business with Dollar General. So if you are not required, anybody can do business with Dollar General. However, if you specifically want to work with the small business development team, we ask that you have one of the supplier inclusion certifications or an SBA certification. Again, supplier inclusion, that's for the diverse side, and SBA, that's for the small business side. So many certifications, right? Whether it's MBE, WBE, DOBE, VBE, veterans, right? Small disadvantaged veteran, owner business, LGBTQ plus, right? Those are the supplier inclusion certifications, but also on the SBA side, small business certification, 8A, the economically disadvantaged women-owned small businesses, Hub Zone, small disadvantaged business, small disadvantaged veteran-owned businesses, veteran-owned small businesses, women-owned smaller businesses, minority businesses. So all of the whole gamut, but just high-level supplier inclusion certifications as well as SBA certifications.
That was great. Again, thank you very much for that. I think there are a lot of inquiries already right now, but if you can hold on for us a little bit more, we'll just go through with some other questions at this point. The third question for you, Antoine. Could you share a success story, an example of a small business partnership that really stood out, and what made that collaboration work so well?
Okay, I'll give you an example. First, I always share Milo's Tea because most people know who Milo's Tea is. They're our largest small / diverse owned business. They are a women-owned business, and we do actually over $100 million annually in retail sales with them. So I always share them as an example because they started off small with us, been doing business with us for years, and have grown into our largest small and diverse supplier. So we love to talk about Milo's, and we collaborate in so many different ways with Milo's. They attend different conferences with us. They do industry webinars with us, different things like that. So a great partner I always talk about. But one that's fairly new and near and dear to my heart, and I always share this one because they have a good story. It's a company called Just for Teens. They have pimple patches. So a new emerging brand. If you haven't heard about them, go check them out, Just for Teens. And the reason why I like to tell their story is because I met them at a matchmaking event maybe 2 to 3 years ago. And they stayed in touch with me over 2 years. I use the term they were persistently patient, right? They stayed in touch over the years, kept giving me business updates. And we just talked about ways on how we could get them into Dollar General. They end up participating in our small business development cohort that I talked about earlier, our small business development academy. They participated in that, and we saw and felt that they had great potential. Was able to get them a meeting with the buyer, And what they learned in that meeting was the product they wanted to sell to Dollar General was not the product that Dollar General was in need of. So after visiting our stores, having several conversations, they identified a gap in our assortment as well as a job that the buyer wanted to complete. So after those conversations, after going through that academy, they came up with a completely new product that was different from the original idea that they came to me with 2-3 years ago. They just launched into our stores in September, if I'm correct, 6,000 stores. And if successful, they'll be expanded into 14,000 stores the next year. So I always tell their story because they're patiently persistent. They had an idea of what they wanted to sell us. They identified a gap in our assortment and they were able to pivot. And now they're having great success with us. And they also, because of going through the academy, they understood that it doesn't stop when you get on the shelf in the store. It's also important to accelerate sell-through to ensure that you are on the shelf for years. So they invest in our POS data. We call that 1010 data at Dollar General. And in addition to that, they're working with our marketing team on several projects to help increase visibility in our stores. So again, I always share that story because it's a good story about a supplier being patiently persistent, understanding that delay is not denial, and understood the importance of listening to the little yeses from the supplier and not necessarily getting deflated when they're told no the first time. So great story, just for teens. Milo's Tea, our slam dunk home run success story. But I always wanted to give two different types of story because one is one we've been working with for years and one is a fairly recently new one.
Those were actually excellent examples. But right now, I think I wanted to, on the flip side, what are some of the most common missteps you see smaller mid-sized suppliers make when trying to connect with large retailers like Dollar General?
Okay. I would say first, not doing the research on the company. Often I have meetings with suppliers and I say, why do you want to get into Dollar General? And they say, because you have 21,000 stores. But they have not done their research. They have not gone into a store. They haven't gone onto our website. They haven't done their research on our customer as well. So it's not only important that you understand Dollar General, but you need to understand Dollar General's customer. So those are some of the missteps. Not understanding our differentiated store experiences, our locations, different formats, not understanding the jobs that merchants are trying to complete, not understanding the white shelf on the space, pitching products that they want to sell to us versus what our corporation actually needs. Again, the simple ones, lack of follow-up, no certification. That's important again, because you need to identify organizations like USPAC that can help you find partnerships, opportunity, and bring you into the fold of a supplier community. So that's important to be a part of those NGO organizations, those chambers of commerce, different things like that. Also, a few other small ones, not understanding the retail landscape, no brick and mortar experience. We like for you to have brick and mortar experience at another major or smaller retailer before you come and do business with us. We are someone we call fast followers. Like NASA says, we're going to do it bigger, better, and faster, but we don't want to be your first retail brick and mortar experience. So those are some of the things that over-promising and under-delivering. That's huge. So no strategic plan, vision and mission doesn't align with Dollar General's vision and mission. That should be important to you. You should want to partner with a corporation mission and vision aligns with yours. So those just a few examples. I say a few, but I gave you a lot. But some examples that I wanted to share that are some missteps that suppliers typically take.
Yeah, that's actually those examples are very helpful also. I have another question for you. I'll let you drink your water for now.
Oh yeah, you're good. Thank you. Thank you.
What would you say to those smaller businesses that aren't ready yet?
So
What
can you give me that
can they
question again?
do to
Give me that
I'm
question
sorry.
again. Give me that
What
question
would you
again.
say to those? So you mean persistence? Annoyingly
Yeah.
persistent.
I think we're having some technical challenges on your end. So repeat the question for me.
So I was just gonna. Do you want me to go through it again?
Yes,
No?
we're having technical challenges on your end. You're going in and out. So can you repeat the question again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now better? Can you hear
Yes.
me better?
Yes.
Awesome. Sorry about that. What would you say to those smaller, medium-sized businesses that aren't ready yet? What can they do today to prepare themselves for future opportunities with Dollar General?
Okay. Again, great question. Like I said, research the retailer and our customer, right? Very important. Visit Dollar General locations to observe product movement, understand our various formats, identify assortment gaps, engage with associates and customers. Nothing wrong with doing that. Their insights can help reveal unmet needs, regional preferences, localization, and merchandising nuances that might help tailor your pitch and your product strategy for stronger alignment. Always tell suppliers, this is for merchandising suppliers, imagine your product on the shelf in the store in Dollar General. Take your product, go into a Dollar General store, and put it on the shelf in the store, right? And see if it fits, see how it looks. So I always encourage you to do that. Always say offer solutions and not products, right? That's when we talk about helping the buyer complete a job or understanding the white space on the shelf. It's always important. Offer solutions and not just products. It's also important to make sure you understand our channel. A lot of people come to me and call us the dollar store. We are not a dollar store. We are a value discount retailer. So understand our pricing model, how we are different from our competition, what type of value you're going to offer. And when I say value, people often think just price, but value is also about quality, transparency, and trust as well. For example, the value that Dollar General provides for our customer is not just about saving them money, even though that's important. We also focus on saving them time, making it more convenient for them, and giving them healthier options. For example, if you haven't gone into a Dollar General store, we have a brand, we have an area or a tag on our shelf stickers. They say better for you options. Those are healthier food options for our consumer. So all those things are important. Strengthen your operational foundations. Be financially savvy. Turn data into insight. Dollar General is a big data company. So make sure you turn data into insight. Nielsen data is very important. Our buyers are always looking into Nielsen data to see if you resonate on in Nielsen's data. So that's always important. I said be financially savvy, right? Turn data into insight. Strategic alignment, make sure your visions and missions align with Dollar General's vision and mission. And then probably one I haven't said is just have a retail ready pitch package prepared. Clearly articulate what your value proposition is, and then have a compelling presentation that includes your product's value proposition, your pricing, your packaging, your performance data, operational readiness, performance at other retailers, different things like that. So make sure you have that pitch ready package available as well.
Excellent. And now we are on to our final prepared question. Looking ahead in 2026 and beyond, what are some of Dollar General's upcoming priorities or focus areas for supplier engagement and growth?
Okay, I'll share those. I'll share some on both sides of the house, NFR and merchandising. And I always tell suppliers, if you are looking to do business with a large retailer, there is nothing wrong with you finding out when their quarterly earnings call is and listening in on those quarterly earnings calls. because they often are telling you what their initiatives are for either the next quarter or the next year. So this is, and obviously it has to be a publicly owned company, right? When I say that, but they'll share all this information. But some of the things that are near and dear or high priorities for Dollar General, if you haven't heard yet, but could be relevant to you, is remodels. You heard me mention earlier, we typically open up 1,000 stores a year. The last 2 years, we've dialed that back. This year, we opened up 600 stores. Next year, we're opening up 500 stores. We announced that last week. And the reason we're doing that, because we're focusing on remodeling some of our underperforming stores. We have a two-prong remodel process called Project Elevate, which is a total remodel of our stores. And then we have something called a Project Renovate, which is a light touch remodel of our mature stores. So Project Elevate, Project Renovate, very important, near and dear to our heart. If you're in the remodeling, the construction, all that type of business, then that's probably important to you. Another important initiative for us, remember I talked about convenience. Dollar General delivery. We now have delivery in 17,000 of our stores, meaning you can get product in a 24-hour period, same day from Dollar General. We have partnerships with DoorDash and Uber Eats. So big deal for us there. So DG delivery is a very huge initiative for us. Like probably everyone else, AI optimization. Right, big initiative for us. We're working with a few great companies as it relates to AI. If you have something that's differentiated, let us know. I will warn you, it's probably one of the most popular solicitations that I get from suppliers. So it has to be something different. It has to differentiate you from somebody else because we're focusing on having an enhanced experience for our employees and our customers, always looking for ways to leverage technology to support our customer and our employee experience. Supply chain, big initiative for us, focus for us, always about on time, in full delivery. How do we improve that? Merchandising, DG Media Network is huge. Non-consumables categories, I mentioned that earlier, are big and near and dear to our hearts. How do we create surprise and delight for our customers? How do we create that experience where they go in the store and they find something they weren't expecting to find, such as a treasure hunt experience, right? So that's a big deal. Pop shelf format, big deal. If you haven't checked out Pop Shelf, make sure you go into that. I also talked about us not being a dollar store, but we do have an area in our store called Value Valley, where we have 2,000 items that are $1. So huge opportunity, focus there for us as well. And probably last but not least, because I think I covered remodels, delivery, AI, merchandising, and last but not least, store operations. And remodels fall under store operations as well. But investing in our teams, if you haven't heard, listen to our CEO, Todd Bezos, back to the bases is one of his big mantras now. So focusing on that, how do we simplify things, get back to the bases without overcomplicating them? And then career growth opportunities, training, professional development is huge for us with our employee base. And then last but not least, and probably tied in back to the basis, is improved execution of our stores. So those are a lot. I gave you a lot because I wanted to make sure I had some on the NFR side as well as on the merchandising side. So hopefully everyone can find out how they can get in, where they fit in. But a lot of opportunities for Dollar General because we're still growing and we're very strategic while we're growing.
Thank you very much. That was for sharing that forward-looking perspective, Antoine.
Yes.
I think at this point, after those prepared questions, we're going to shift into our Q&A portion. We are now opening the floor for Q&A. Please feel free to enter your questions in the chat or raise your hand. I'll be monitoring both and queue up the questions for Antoine. I think I can see somebody right now. If you can just give me a second.
And we got Moses out there on my team. Thank you, Moses. Moses has probably been answering some of the questions that have come through the chat, but those that he haven't, I'll give a stab. Faison, how we doing on time? We're good on time? Great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm actually trying to get the questions. I'm not getting. Here you go.
Someone wants me to show the large NFR chart again. Let me show it again. Give me a second. Great question. I saw that come through the chat. You can keep doing what you're doing, but I saw that, so I could knock that one out real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Right now, I think this one is coming from question coming from Michelle Henry. Are there opportunities for voiceovers for ads or videos that may be needed?
Say that again.
This one is coming from Michelle Henry, and she's asking if there are any, are there any opportunities for voiceovers for ads or videos that may be needed?
I could share that with my marketing team. I'm not sure if there are any needs right now, but again, follow the process. Go on to our small business development landing page, send a capability statement and a certification, and I'll share with my marketing team to see if there's an opportunity.
Awesome. We'll get another one from the chat, Faison. This one is coming from, but this one is already answered by Moses. I think this one is coming from Nitin Systemart. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitin. Are there any staffing and/or software development services and store surveillance opportunities with Dollar General? I just added the Dollar General. I was reading it from the text.
Yes, all those categories were on the NFR list.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your question, Nitin and Michelle. Earlier, do we see somebody raising a hand?
Staffing, I want to make sure we're clear on. Staffing, we actually handle all staffing internally. So important to know, we do work with one or two agencies on the contingency worker side for IT. So might be a small opportunity there, but mostly everything we handle in-house. But I still encourage you to share your information, because if our strategy changes, at least our team will have your information and you'll be first of mind when opportunity becomes available. But I want to make sure our level set that all of our staffing is being handled internally right now. That's probably the second most request we get behind IT solutions and AI, probably staffing.
Awesome. Thank you for your question and your answer, Antoine. We have another question from Anil. We would like to know what Dollar General from.
I think this has been already answered.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. There's a lot of things coming through. I have another one from Tap on Admin. We provide out-of-the-box solutions, field services and restaurants, management systems, retail is next. How can we leverage your partnership as a reference? It's coming from Faison.
So say that again. Give me that again.
From Faison, he said, we provide out-of-the-box solutions, field services and restaurants, management systems, retail is next in parentheses. How can we leverage our partnerships as reference?
Again, I think I've talked to them, if I'm correct. I'm in contact with them. But again, send the capability statement and everything over, and we'll share it with our teams. And then I don't want to speak for them, but there are opportunities in that category. How they leverage, how they utilize you is based upon their current needs. So again, we'll share it with our team. And if there's a need and opportunity, they'll let you know. But there are opportunities in those categories.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Faizan, for your question. I'm actually trying to see Faizan. I think everything is cleared in the chat at this point. And we're still good on time. So I think Antoine, it's going to be hang on one second. Let me just get back to this. I just wanted to thank everyone who actually have sent in their questionnaires. And if you have additional questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat. If we don't get to it today, I'm sure somebody from Dollar General, like Moses, will be able to get back to you on that one. So I need to, so right now, I think we are going to thank you all for those great questions. And before we wrap up, I think I'd like to give Antoine a few moments to share any final takeaways with our audience.
Okay. Thank you, Lizette. Again, thank you for the questions. Keep them pouring in. Moses and I will be on the call until the end of the hour. So if you have any more, let us know. Again, at the end of the day, everything that we share today hopefully came across to you that it's one simple truth. It's all about our customers. Just like you, just like everyone else, our customers are under a lot of pressure and they need partners who will make their life easier. At Dollar General, our purpose is clear. It's about helping our customers save time and money every day. Our average household income of our consumers is $30,000 to $40,000. We use the marketing slogan, they have more month than money, means they run out of money before the end of the month. So we understand those challenges. So by providing affordable essentials, giving them healthy choice options, leveraging digital tools, like I mentioned, digital media earlier. I didn't get into details about our app. Make sure you download our app if you haven't. My DG app. It allows our consumers to save on coupons. I mentioned DG delivery. All those things we're trying to do to make their life easier. So when we deliver on these promises, we help our customers move from not only surviving, but to thriving. And that's the impact we can have together as suppliers and as Dollar General. So that's what I want to say. How to do business with Dollar General. If you're asking that question, how can we work with Dollar General? It comes down to a few simple things. Bring solutions that align with our purpose, which is to help our customers save time and money. Focus on affordability and accessibility. Products that meet real needs at the right price point. Innovate for convenience, whether it's digital integration, delivery, or tools that make the shopping experience easier for our customers. Support our core categories and growth, which I mentioned earlier, like home care, health and wellness, over-the-counter products, baby care, beauty, pet. And then last but not least, I always say is important, think partnership, not just products. We value our suppliers' insights, collaborating on promotions, and helping us deliver consistent value for our consumers. So bring solutions, focus on affordability and accessibility, innovate for convenience, support our growth categories, and think partnerships, not just products. So those are my closing statements. Hopefully they resonate with you well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Antoine. I want to thank you and Moses again for being with us today. And to everyone who joined us today. But before you guys head out, please take a moment to complete our short survey. Your feedback is incredibly valuable and helps us improve future programs. Again, thank you very much again.
Thank you, Antoine.
Thank you.
This is Mark
Thanks,
again.
Antoine.
Thank you, Luzette.
Thank you, Mark.
I want to express to everyone, including Antoine. Antoine provided a very robust, clear, and defined way to approach Dollar General. If you want to do business with them, he expressed where they are looking, what is important, And again, he provided the most clear path to actually speaking with Dollar General and getting your first step in the door. If you follow the directions that he provided, I'm sure that you have a significant chance of being successful. That's to everyone on the call. I want to thank Dollar General and Antoine and Moses for fielding the questions and being here with us today. Thank you so much.
And Faizan, feel free to share the slides that I share with you, that I shared today. Feel free to share with the audience. I'm fine with that.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.